ChetiChand is the Sindhi New Year that comes in April, just around the same time as Baisakhi. The dish that we're going to make today is a very special dish called Tayri, which is basically a sweet rice. This dessert is made with fragrant basmati rice cooked in ghee along with dates, raisins, nuts and sugar. Let's run through the ingredients. Here I have 1.5 cups of rice that has been soaking in water for about 15 to 20 minutes. 1 cup of sugar granulated, 2 to 3 tablespoons of copra, which is basically dried coconut, 2 teaspoons of raisins, any kind, we have the black version, a pinch of salt, 1 teaspoon of aniseed or saunf. I have some dry fruits over here. I have badam and pista. I have a tablespoon each. I have 2 tablespoons of ghee. I have some seedless dates, and finally we're going to flavor it with some cardamom. We'll start by heating our pan. I'm going to add just a little bit of ghee, not too much, just a teaspoon. Next I'm going to take the cardamom and lightly peel it. Next go in the aniseed. Now this is what's going to flavor the rice. I add a pinch of salt and the rice. Now mix everything and let the rice kind of cook for a minute. Now I'm going to add the water. Now the beautiful thing about basmati rice is always cook the basmati rice 1:2, 1 measure being the rice and 2 measures being water. So I'm going to add the water. You can't go wrong with that proportion. So just make sure you add it. And now we're going to let this cook for about 5 to 8 minutes until the rice is almost 3/4 done. Our rice is about done. It's about 95% cooked. You need to make sure, because after you add the sugar, the rice will not cook. So you need to make sure that you're 95 to 98% done. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to add the sugar. We're going to add the sugar and let it melt. So I've added about 3/4 of a cup sugar. Now if you like it sweeter, you could add it up to a cup, depending on how you like it. I don't like it too sweet, so I'm adding just 3/4. Just mix everything in well and the sugar will melt. Once it has melted, we will be ready to add the last step to this. So just put the lid right back on and let it cook for about 3 to 4 minutes. As you can see, the sugar has melted beautifully, and so the rice is done. I'm going to put the lid back on and I'm going to turn off the gas and move it to the side. Next, we're going to make the tadka, in which we are going to cook in ghee all the dry fruits. So heat the kadhai, use a fairly large pan because a lot of the dry fruits are going to go in. Next I'm going to be adding the ghee. We're going to allow the ghee to melt and then we're going to add our nuts. Once the ghee is melted, add the copra and just wait a minute or two. Once it starts sizzling, we'll add the rest of the ingredients. Next, we're going to add the chopped seedless dates. Let this also warm through. Next, go in the raisins. Reduce the flame ever so lightly, and finally the nuts. Now you can use any combination of nuts. Today I have used pista and badam, but if you'd like, you could also add pine nuts, which are called chilgoza, or you could even add cashew nuts. It's up to you. Just make sure you use a mixture of nuts. Traditionally, pista is always involved in most Sindhi desserts or desserts from North India. Once you see the raisins plumping like this, we'll just give it another minute. I'm going to turn off the flame because they're still plumping up. Once they start plumping up, we know they're ready. So just give this a minute. Just stir again if you feel it's perfect. So while this is cooling down, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the rice that I had made, and here's what you do. So you take the rice, just move it into your platter or bowl, however you like to serve it. Just look how perfect these are. The raisins have plumped up beautifully, and you can see the coconut has become golden hue. It's taken a golden hue, perfect. And the fragrance and aroma is just amazing. Just lay this gently over your rice mix. Now some families add saffron to it, and traditionally if you buy it from a restaurant or eat it at a restaurant, they add food coloring, kind of a yellowy orange color to it. I don't like using artificial colors, so I'm just leaving mine nice and white like it's supposed to be. Perfect. Just look how delicious that is. Your family is going to enjoy digging into this dessert, and as you see, it hardly took any time and very simple, few ingredients. So I hope you'll give this recipe a try instead of kheer or sira. Just try this. This is amazing. I guarantee you that.